Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. And in here, as you can see, we are in a new city. I have a very wide idea of what I want to do, and I think it's something very detailed and hard to accomplish, but I'm gonna do my best because I want to improve my content. I want to have better content, and I think that this is the way to accomplish that goal. And in here we are in a very particular map, as you are going to be seeing. We are aiming for doing something like outside the solar system, something more extraterrestrial, but let's imagine that in the other star that we are, I'm aiming for something located in the star Proxima Centauri. We are going to imagine that there's a civilization very looking like the human civilization, and that we are going to make something for them. I want to do something that looks a little bit extraterrestrial, but since we are very limited with what we have in the Steam workshop and stuff, I'm going to work with something more Earth-like, but very particular, let's say that. Now we are here in the actual map. I wanted to show you something about the map that we're going to be using. You can see that is something that looks a little bit like what you could imagine that you could find in another planet. I even made some changes like to the water and stuff, and I'm imagining that since we are orbiting a red dwarf star, we're gonna have a different tone of color in the water and stuff, because the light of the sun that we have here is a little bit more red. And you can see that the map has like this hard terrain all over the place, and some places has these very plain plateaus where we can work with something. Here is the starting tile where we're supposed to start all the development, but it has the particularity that is one of the highest place in the entire map. So I want to feature like some sort of capital in here, and I'm aiming to start the build over here. So for you that has followed with me in my previous build, you know that I work with achievements of the game and some other stuff. So if I have to start here, I would have to go unlocking all the tiles until we get to this area over here. So I'm gonna cheat my way a little bit. So I'm gonna use the 81 tiles mod, and I'm going to unlock in the options all the tiles so I can start wherever I want. So I'm gonna do it right here, the button that says unlock all tiles for free. We're gonna have to wait a little bit. We can see the line moving, and when this is all finished, you will be able to build wherever you want. The place, as I said, that I'm aiming for is this over here. Why? Because it's in the highest land that we have, and we have plenty of space in here for building some sort of low density community, a little bit of industrial over here, maybe here, and we can have a development that doesn't require a lot of achievement and stuff to be unlocked until we get to the milestone that unlocks all the good stuff. One thing that I wanted to show you is that in this map, some of the near plateaus, like what this over here and here, are disconnected by this hard terrain. So we're gonna stick to a very interesting way of mass transit. We're gonna use a lot of cable cars and helicopters. That's stuff that most of us don't use to place in game, because seems like nothing that in real life you could use in all the situation. But here I have the perfect scene to make this work. We can maybe go from here to here in a cable car, from here to here, and this stuff. And you can communicate these ones that are very far away from each other with helicopters, and that's what I am aiming for. The main source of mass transit and communication in between these plateaus is going to be helicopter. We're going to be using a lot of police and firefighter, ambulance in helicopters, and I've downloaded some particular stuff that will work with that. For internal only movement, we're going to be using the bus and cable cars for nearby locations that are separated by these hard terrains. And for inter-plateau, let's call it like that, we're going to be using helicopters. So let's not talk too much and let's dig in the build. So this is all that I needed to do in order for me to unlock all the high density buildings and stuff, and this is the basic part that I need to start building the high parts of the city. And this is where I am going to start to tell the story of what I am aiming for this build. So I'm gonna still need to unlock a few more stuff, but I'm going to be at least slowly working in the high parts of the city, even though that I don't have the transport options, but we are going to work with that, and I'm gonna try to make it work. Another thing that I wanted to point is that I'm going to be uploading at least another video in the next 2 or 3 days for me to get to the fun part a little bit quicker, because I am very excited for what I am planning to do in this build. So if you like or dislike the video, there are 2 buttons that you can express your thoughts about this build. You can hit it, and don't forget to subscribe for you to get in touch with the series. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that, so please subscribe and keep in touch. See you later in the next episode.